Scotland fans, welcome to Scotland HQ Live. I'm Gordon Smart, the drinking woman's Jamie Dornan. We are coming to you live from the Drygate Brewery in the East End of Glasgow, all the way through Euro 2020. This is day 6 and the first rainy day in Glasgow. That's a good omen in my book. Please do get in touch with us on all our social channels through the Scotland National Team, Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, and all the rest of it. And for my friends from Fife who've come through today, Bebo is still available to the Leishman clan. You can get in touch with us there. Hashtag Scotland HQ. What a show we've got lined up for you, by the way. This is unbelievable today. We've got the undisputed world champion from Preston Pans, Mr. Josh Taylor, joining us. Callum Davidson, fresh from his victory over Hibs in the Scottish Cup final. League Cup winner as well. Roman Kemp from Capital Radio will be on the show and will be live from the cab. And I believe it's the skipper, Andy Robertson, who will be joining us today. But how about this? The big introduction for two huge guests on the show. Day 6 of Scotland HQ Live. First up, the one and only double winner, Callum Davidson, League Cup and Scottish Cup winner.
How are we doing? Good.
And here he is. I've waited a long time to say this, by the way. The undisputed champion of the world from Preston Pans, Mr. Josh Taylor. Come on. Callum, I hope you don't mind, but we have to say to Josh first, that's a pretty good achievement, isn't it?
It's incredible, unbelievable achievement. You know, delighted. Obviously, really thrilled for him. Superb.
There's a really weird connection here, Josh. Right? So I met you through Paul Kane. Paul Kane played with Callum Davidson, and I'm so glad he introduced you to me because I remember him saying, "This guy, he's going to do it. He's going to go all the way." I remember sitting down for you for the first time, Edinburgh Airport.
Edinburgh Airport, aye, at the Gyle. I remember.
And you said to me,
aye,
I will be world champion, and I know you're a big believer in that positive visualisation. You used to write it down everywhere, didn't you?
Aye, everywhere I went, I was always visualising being world champion, wee bits of paper, Josh Taylor, future world champion. And I didn't know it was called, you know, the law of attraction. I didn't know that's what I was doing, and you know, manifesting. I didn't know that's what I was doing. I just knew I was drumming it into my own head and making myself believe it, that I was going to be world champion, and it came true. So I found out about that and started reading and found out about that, but I've been doing that since I was about 17.
Callum, what do you reckon? Are you into that?
I am actually. I'm a big believer in believing in yourself and believing what you can achieve. You know, I think he's obviously underplaying a little bit. His talent and his hard work will get him there. You know, he says he will believe in it, but obviously he probably works so hard. You know, that's why he is world champion, undisputed world champion. So I'm a big believer in that. In my team, you know, that's why we got the success this season. Was more. We started to believe in each other. You know, it was rather than a group. It's a different type of sport. You know, I love watching all sports. You know, and understanding how they work. Boxing's quite similar. Do you counter attack? Do you defend? When do you go? When do you attack? How do you attack? So that's the whole thing. I believe in football as well, and I try and sort of relate to other sports.
If you had a little post-it note in front of you right now for your visualisation, just looking to my left here, Johnstone, Alec Ferguson, is there Scotland manager written on yours?
That's the goal, isn't it? That's the goal. As a player, it was a goal. And as into my next stage of career, that's got to be your ultimate goal. You know, in the end, if you can get there, I was very fortunate to work with Gordon in Scotland set up, so it's given me a little taste for it.
Undefeated is against England as well, am I right?
Yes, that's true. That's very true. Obviously Wembley, he played down there. Obviously played against David Beckham. We won 1-0. It was a typical sort of glorious failure by Scotland. You know, we won 1-0. We got knocked out in the playoffs, and then there was helping Gordon when we drew 2-2. Again, probably similar. You know, although England probably were the better team that day, and I always remember sitting next to Mark McGee, and Griffiths about to take the free kick, and he goes, "He's going to score. He's going to score." I kept going, "He's going to score," and I'm going, "Mark, it's too far out. It's too far out." And then he basically stuck it in the roof of the net, and Mark McGee was turning and like, "Whoa!" And the whole place was electric.
Josh, what about you? Your next post-it note, because I know you're still into the visualisation.
I don't know. Get back to the gym. I get back to the gym. I've been eating too many pizzas. I've put on a wee bit of timber. So yeah, get back to the gym. Get back to reality. You know, I'm still on cloud 9. You know, since I've been back, the media response has been it's been mental. So I've just been going kind of about doing this kind of stuff. You know, so I've still not had time to sit back and relax and chill out and reflect on what I've achieved. You know, so. Obviously, when I have little moments to myself, I'm like, Jesus, I've done okay.
Has it sunk in?
I don't think so. No. I mean, when I get wee bits of time to myself, I'll go, oh, Jesus, I've done all right. I've undisputed champion. God, wow. You know, I'll go,
at
wow.
30 as well.
But it hasn't really, you know, sunk in until I get a wee bit of time.
I think when you finish, when you probably finish and you look back and you'll probably go, wow. Yeah. That was with the names you're along with, you know. I think those names you'll go, I'm with them. And when you finish and you think, you'll go, whoa, that was all right. And
I think that's
you're
what
stuck in
it
the
is.
moment, aren't you?
I think that's what it is, you know, because I was the same when I won world title in the WBSS and won the belts and the trophy, and then the lockdown come. So once the lockdown come, obviously I was sitting on my backside, not doing much, stuck in the house. So and I had the belts and that sitting there, and I'm like, that was the first time I had
time to
sort
think.
of sat down and chill out and was like reflecting on what I had achieved in my career. So I was like, wow, I've done okay. So maybe be till the next one, because now I'm setting sights on maybe moving up weight, or you know, maybe defending my belts first in Edinburgh, hopefully, and then new goals. So I'm always thinking about what's happening next, you know. It's always the next one.
That's the way to do it, Josh. Right, we're going to bring in a man from London now, if you're all right to stick around for another couple of minutes. I remember this boy when he was the T-boy kicking around global radio in London. His name is Roman Kemp, and he joins us from the Capital Studio right now. All right, Roman?
Hello, mate. How are you?
Roman, will we pretend to be friendly and nice to each other for 2 minutes, and then will we get into the England game on Friday? Or do you want to just fire right into each other now?
Well, I thought normally, Gordon, when we hang out, we fire straight into each other already, so it's fine. But no, mate, to be honest, this was always like the one game I think that every England fan is and has been nervous about.
Yeah. Roman, listen, you haven't turned up twice for five-a-sides against me. Are you going to turn up on Friday at Wembley? Are you too scared?
I will definitely be down there. I'm going to be down there on Friday, but... do you know what? It's what everyone was saying, and it's kind of like when I watched the game the other day, obviously against Czech Republic, I was absolutely gutted, but then this huge amount of fear came over me, because I was like, you know, Scotland are going to be, the lads are going to be so much more fired up to make sure they get out there and they get the result. Because I think there's a few teams that obviously are in our group with Croatia and us and the Czech Republic and you guys, that you're kind of thinking, okay, is coming second necessarily a bad thing? Do you know what I mean? Looking at, you could play the group of death. So I think that, you know, now that you know, okay, we can really go for this, really get that win.
Well, Roman, listen,
it's going to be tough.
We have two world-class left-backs in Scotland. I know you're an Arsenal man and you love KT, but we've actually got the other world-class left-back, because we're spoiled for riches in our country. Andy Robertson from Scotland Camp. Hello, Andy, how are you doing? It's great to see you, Andy. Thanks so much for doing this. And listen, on this show, we concentrate on the positives. I think you had one of the best games you've had for Scotland on Monday. You played brilliantly. It's a shame you didn't manage to slot that one. Have you managed to put that chance out of your mind for Monday?
Not quite, not yet. You know, I think a few of the lads are still looking back on the chances, but that's part and parcel of football. And, you know, hopefully if I get another chance in this tournament, I'll take it. But, you know, there's a lot of positives to take from the game. And, you know, hopefully we can build on that and put in a better performance on Friday.
Looking ahead to Friday, Andy, what's the mood in the camp like? We've got Roman Kemp on from London. Can we just send them a little bit of a worrying noise from the Scotland camp about how good it is?
Look, obviously the camp on, you know, on the night of the game was quiet, and the gaffer gave us a night to sleep on it, and then the next day we woke up and, you know, it's a new day. So we're ready to go. We're good to go again. We're positive. You know, I'm in the room where the coffee machine is, so I think a few lads are desperate to get in here and get a couple of coffees. So I better be quick. But look, the mood's good. We always pick ourselves up. That's the Scotland way. That's the way we do it. And you know, come Friday, we'll be good to go again. And you know, hopefully we can get a more positive result.
Roman, have you got a question for one of our two world-class left-backs?
Hey, no, but my genuine question, Andy, like obviously, firstly, congratulations on everything. I mean, you've absolutely smashed it over the last few years. But also, you know, you're coming up now against a lot of players that you'll be playing against in the Premier League kind of week in, week out. Being on that left-hand side, are you looking at any kind of choice that we have at right back for England and going, I've already got this player's number, I know him in the league, I know how he works. Does it work vice versa, or do you even think like that, or do you think this is a whole new competition?
Look, it's a whole new competition. It's a whole new, different way of playing. And, you know, unfortunately for me, your right backs are pretty good. You know, you've obviously got a lot of competition in that position.
Well, we've got 6 of them.
You know, obviously, yeah, exactly. Yeah, you could probably field a team of right backs and they'd probably have a chance at the tournament. But you know, look, obviously Trent's one of my close mates, and I was gutted for him when he missed out. But you know, likely it's going to be Kyle Walker, Trippier, Reece James, who I've obviously faced before, and who are, you know, really, really good footballers, all different in each way. But, you know, whoever we face, we have to be ready for, and we will be. We have to prepare. We've got 2 days to prepare, and, you know, whatever team you put out, then we need to be ready to face, because, you know, he's pretty blessed with an in-depth squad, and whatever players you put out will be quality. So we need to be ready. We need to, you know, put in probably our best performance, and if we do that, then, you know, hopefully we can cause your team and, you know, down the right some problems.
Andy, you've very kindly left us a message for Josh Taylor when he went to fight in Vegas and became undisputed. The performances like that from a Scottish athlete like Josh, does that push you guys on to follow in those footsteps with some success for the national team?
Yeah, of course. Look, you're sitting with 2 champions there. Callum as well has, you know, done unbelievable this season. You know, had a short spell with him under Strachan, and I loved every minute of it. And you know, a fantastic guy, and I'm so happy for him to see, you know, St Johnstone win the 2 finals. Obviously, you know, I think I've maybe just got over the Scottish Cup final that they beat us to in 2014, and obviously, you know, Josh just doing big things for our country. You know, probably doesn't get the recognition I think he deserves. I think he could, you know, he's a national hero with what he's done, and like I said, you're blessed for having 2 champions there. So, you know, hopefully we can keep making the nation proud like they 2 have done. Hopefully we can keep kicking on and you know, making more history. That's the kind of motto for us, and obviously we've made history getting here, but we don't want to just take part. But these people are inspiration to us. There's a lot of people that are in our country, and we've got to just keep on using that as motivation, and hopefully, you know, the results will turn.
2 last things. Superb, that, by the way. Superb. Very quickly, 2 last things, Andy. How's John McGinn behaving? And I believe you've also got something to give away to the Scotland fans for our big donation for our charity partners.
Yeah, look, John McGinn's obviously been a pest, always is. But look, he's one of he's the driving force of this squad in terms of on the pitch. You know, in the last couple of years, he's been our best player by a mile, and obviously off the pitch as well. He's you know, he's our heart and soul. So, you know, Tuesday was a crucial day, and it was up to me and him and other experienced players to kind of, you know, lift the lads and get them. And, you know, John done an excellent job of that, acting the clown for the whole day. And I think he got the permission off the gaffer to be that clown and try and, you know, put a smile on people's faces. So he done that, but, you know, he's so important to me, obviously being my vice captain, but he's also so important to this squad, so he's huge. And in terms of gifts, I kind of get dragged out of bed for this, to be honest. I think I was a late call-up, so they have put a Solskjaer flag next to me, which I'll obviously sign for you, but
excellent.
I can also win one of my match day strips from the tournament. So,
tremendous.
Tremendous.
As well. I've not got it to hand.
Don't worry.
Like I said, it was very last minute, but I will be sure to get one of them across there.
Listen, Andy, best of luck on Friday. We're right behind you. Come on, let's do it. Let's do it. Go on, Andy. Roman, and Roman, while we've still got you, just very quickly, what's your prediction for Friday?
Well, I'm not going to lie. I thought that would be a very disheartened Andy Robertson. Now he actually looks quite pumped up for this, so I'm marginally worried now. But do you know what? Oh, listen, I do think you guys are going to really give it some, but I can't look past England winning 2-1. I can't.
Cut them off.
I can't look past
Switch
it.
them off.
I can't look past it. I can't look past it.
Listen, Roman, you bring your army, I'll bring mine. I'll see you at Wembley on Friday.
Perfect. See you there.
Listen, take care.
Best
All the
of luck.
best, Roman Kemp. Capital Radio, Roman Kemp. What a brilliant lad he is, by the way. Absolutely brilliant lad. Not a bad footballer. Not a bad footballer. He's a character. Tell you what, that's good to hear from Andy Robertson like that, isn't it?
Yeah, seems in good spirits, you know, up for it. You know, he's got obviously over the defeat the other day, but I still think, you know, I don't think that was a bad performance the other day. They played well, they created chances. We just need to, when we do this on Friday, we need to take the chances. You know, I think we're creating chances. It's the best team we've had. Got a good pool of talent in the team, so I think we can do well. We can pull it off, definitely.
I was going to ask, actually, come on. That's it. I mean, I should make that point. It's about lifting yourself after a defeat or a setback. And I did wonder about that because we watched the Scottish Cup final, right? You're a big hippie, but you were fighting hours later. I mean, did that affect your preparations in any way?
No, just
you. Davidson.
I just, obviously, I never watched the game. It was on quite early, so I just sort of watched my social media, my Twitter feed about the results. I saw they had scored, and I was like, oh no. And so I turned it off, and then about an hour later, I put my Twitter back on again and saw that I'd been beat. So I was like, oh, it's a little bit. Pressure's on me now. I've got to do this. You know, I've got to do this. I've got to
saved
win.
my weekend, I tell you that.
I tried to, you know, but then you try to block it out. So I thought, oh no, the pressure's on me now. I've got to get this done. But then you switch on and you forget about it and you're focused on what you're doing. But I was kind of like, it's down to me now. I've got to do this now.
Made you angrier. That's the other way to look at it. I know Callum's secret motivation for the victory as well. Apparently, it was an extra 10 days holiday. Is that right?
Basically, it was actually an easy team talk. I just said to the lads, listen, lads. You win that, you get an extra 10 days off, and then had to actually calm them down again because they're all that excited about getting an extra 10 days off. No, but I think with Andy, I think it's in tournament sort of phases. I think it's really easy to get forget about the next game. You know, you move on. That's what you do. As a player, they'll forgot about the game. They'll be disappointed in the result. I think he's right. I think the performance is good. I think you showed at international level, in the higher levels you go, it's taking your chances, it's being clinical in front of goal. You look at their chances, you wouldn't say they were really clear-cut chances, you know, but they were taken, they're dispatched with quality. I think we need to go in with that sort of enthusiasm, energy, work rate. England are a really good team technically. You know, they move the ball really quickly. They've got a lot of players to choose from, but you know, it's a team, it's a group of players. You know, can they stick together and get a result?
Putting you on the spot, would you change the lineup for the game on Friday? And if so, what would you do?
It's a good question. I think the people of like Che have came on in the second half and played really well. You know, there's little things. Obviously, hopefully, Kieran will be fit. I think he's a massive player for Scotland, and the position he plays in the back three, he can step in, he can create problems for them. But on the flip side, he's a leader. You know, he's one of those guys who leads the team by example as well. So along with Andy, you know, it's tough that we've got two best players. You know, probably nearly world class, the two of them. You know, which we don't often have, they're in the same position. You know, so would they make changes? Possibly one or two, just keep it fresh. Obviously, the game was there on Monday, the game's Friday, so again, it's keeping the energy in their legs to make sure we can compete for 90 minutes.
Tell you what, Josh, it's exciting to see a crowd back in here, because obviously when you fought in Vegas, it was still a smaller crowd, and there was a tiny pocket of dafties from Preston Pans and folk that I'd managed to blag in, but it makes a massive difference to you, doesn't it?
You know, it was just good to, you know, there was only 1,000 fans in, but it felt like 10,000 because the arena was smaller, so the 1,000 people that were in the place made it pretty hostile for me. You know, coming out, getting booed and getting things chucked at me and things like that. And but on the way out, we got cheered out. But I still had a couple of people trying to throw things at me. You know, but no, it was good. There was a wee pocket of Scottish people in there. They managed to get tickets and managed to get in, and they sort of come round to where my team was in the bit arena, so there was a wee pocket of Scottish and British people. There was a couple of British people there as well. A couple of lads from England and that were in there as well. So, but they all huddled round to where my team was, and they was making the wee noise for me. So it was good. It was good.
I can't believe I missed those celebrations.
Yeah, I'm actually going to campaign for no fans at Hampden if I get there again. That's four games we got there and we won them all. So no fans.
You're going to be famous forever now for the. We're going to put down a little bit of fairy liquid for you to slide in on. But those celebrations were incredible, and Josh's were too. And you know, I've listened to a lot of fiction from Josh in his interviews recently, saying I've missed out on a lot of good nights out, and I've had to be really sensible. Josh, just remind you, this is how you enjoy yourself on a night out.
Oh no.
Callum, it's been murder, right? To my best friend. Give him a round of applause.
That was well done to Martin there, you know, keeping him on the shoulders, you know, he must have been struggling there.
Jerry Cinnamon Christmas 3 years ago.
Yeah, that's right.
And you know, it's been painful, Callum, like two of your best friends, undisputed world champion and the nation's sweetheart there, Martin Compston.
Yeah.
But listen, it's great to see you doing so well, Josh, and like I say, like everyone's mentioned it, it's almost not been recognised properly, but now really, it feels like people have acknowledged it.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, since I've been back, it's the media response has been great. You know, obviously I was a little bit disappointed that my fight never got shown on telly, given the magnitude of the fight and the achievement and what was at stake. You know, it's history been made, and it wasn't on telly, so it was a little bit frustrated. But since I've been back, it's been good. It's been really good response. I've been doing stuff like this for a couple of weeks, so yeah, it's good.
don't get too good at it, right?
Yeah, I might take your job.
Exactly. Right, I need a favour from you lads, right? Two of the most talented sportsmen I've ever met, right? You two. And again, I'm sick of hearing it, Callum, in your interviews that you're sport Billy, great at golf, squash, tennis. Darts is what really matters, right? And I need your help because my father-in-law Leishman is top of the board at the moment, and I need you to knock him off the top. So, who wants to go first? Anybody? Josh, you want to give it a go?
Yeah, on you go. Yeah.
Right, Josh, up you come.
Let's go.
The world champ. Choose your arrows, mate. Choose your arrows. Right, it's 3 darts, highest score. He's got good pedigree, Taylor. I can tell you.
I've not played the darts for a while. I'll just I'll put the excuses in now.
He's got a darts nickname, the Tartan Tornado, with the first arrow at the Drygate in the East End of Glasgow. Left-hander, southpaw. Oh, he's gone 19s. Left-hand side of the board. Oh, 26. Oh, and he's gone top. 46. Not bad. Not bad, Josh Taylor.
I don't know if
Good job.
Right, up you come, Callum.
Right, come on.
I really need this from you, by the way.
What's that?
You've got to be on. You played with him briefly at Livingston, didn't you, Big Jim?
Yeah, managed to get away from him, so it was okay.
Aye, got away from him. Right, no pressure.
Right.
2 trophies, he's got a third one up his sleeve.
Oh no.
He's in with 18, is it? Oh no, it's a 1. 15, 16.
Rubbish.
And 12, that's 28, I think, is it?
Yep.
Callum
yeah,
Davidson,
sorry,
28. And you come there. Come there. Right, thank you very much for joining us today. And by the way, the world champ, undisputed, Callum Davidson as well, future Scotland manager. Thank you, lads. Cheers. We will be back tomorrow on Scotland HQ Live with Nina Nesbitt. Send us all your questions, hashtag Scotland HQ. It's a massive week. We're counting down to Friday. Come on, Scotland!